Hello everyone, this is Rahul Jain welcoming you to the second episode of podcast CA Spotlight. And today we have our guest Mr. Arvind Singal. He is a tax head of Natwest India and he is having a vast experience of 25 plus years in the field of taxation and having an expertise of direct taxation, international taxation, indirect taxation, transfer pricing, business structuring and corporate restructuring. Welcome Arvind to the podcast and really thanks for accepting this invite.
Thank you, Rahul. Thanks a lot.
Yeah, so Arvind, I'm really fascinated to learn about your journey, which is although started in I think in year 1996, more than 25 years. So can you share a brief or a key milestones about your journey? So for our viewers.
Sure, Rahul. Thank you very much, and thanks for giving me this opportunity to share my journey of 25 years as a chartered accountant. If I look back, it's a reminder that I'm aging and it's been a long time. So I'll be glad to share my experiences, which is of help to my younger CA fraternity. But before I start, I think I wish to compliment you for the great initiative you have taken up and the excellent work you are doing in helping the CA students and the younger CAs in their career growth and development. I really liked your mission statement, aspire, inspire, and perspire.
Thanks,
So thank you very much. So coming to my CA journey, Rahul, let me start with the year 1993 when I completed my class 12th board exams. I think that's one of the key milestones in any individual life, especially as a student. And that was the time I got admission in Sri Ram College of Commerce at Delhi University. I wanted to pursue BCom honors. Considering that I come from a family of CAs, I always felt that I wanted to become a CA. Probably I never had a choice, which probably made my decision easier as well. So I simultaneously enrolled myself along with my BCom honors for the CA Foundation course. I passed the exams for CA Foundation in the year 1994. With the 17th rank, if I remember correctly, on an all India basis. At the time, most of my classmates in final year, when they were at SRCC, when they were preparing for their CAT exams, and probably 90%, I would say, they wanted to get admission in IIMs. I was probably one of those smaller lot, which was focusing my attention towards CA Inter and the BCom exams.
Right.
So as I graduated in 1996 from Delhi University with a second rank, by that time I'd also completed my CA Inter. I'll say it was difficult as a student for me managing my multiple priorities at the same time while studying for graduation, my CA Inter, pursuing my articleship training. But I think a message to my younger fellow CAs. It is all about dedication, perseverance, focused attention, discipline. Which these are the qualities I would say which I pursued, which helped me sail through. Completing my graduation after that, I enrolled myself for company secretaryship in the year 1996. My father, being a tax professional, he retired as group head of tax at Escorts. He wanted me or motivated me rather to pursue a career in tax. Hence, I would say I always wanted to be a CA with a career in tax, but started the CS in pursuit of an additional professional qualification. So by the time I qualified as a CA in 1998, I had completed my CS Inter and one group of CS Final. And that's the time I started my professional career. I started my working with the law firm Vash Associates. It was a very small firm at that time, probably with around 20 individuals. And that was the stepping stone, I would say, which laid the foundation for my tax career. I owe a lot to late Shri O.P. Vash ji, Mr. Rajay Vora, all my seniors and colleagues at Vash Associates. They contributed immensely in what I am today. So in the year 2000, it's an interesting story which I tend to share with people. Not many of them know. So one of my friends who was working in the industry and appearing for CS exams, He felt that maybe it will help him in his career in the industry. So he checked if I would like to give it a shot. Although I felt that CS degree may not be of much help in my tax career, I still decided to write my CS exams without any preparation time as such, because I was into a full-time job with Vash Associates at that time.
Right.
And as luck would have it, I passed my CS exams with exact 50% marks. And that's what I call luck by chance. So this CS qualification, I would say, it enabled me to perform the role of company secretary at Natwest India for almost 4 years, in addition to my current tax role.
Right.
So moving forward, in the year 2001, I was having a very good career with Vash Associates. The consulting work of working with a big four, or rather big five. So Arthur Andersen used to be the fifth firm that used to exist amongst the big five world. That started by, and therefore I joined Arthur Andersen, which was taken over by EY, as we know, in India, to the Enron fiasco. So that was the first firm that I worked out of the big four firms at that point in time. And then after working with PwC for 2000, from 2004 to 2006, I spent 7 years of my last consulting innings with KPMG. So I left KPMG in 2013, and that's the time I Natwest Group. It was called RBS at that point in time, and been working as head of tax with the bank for the past 10 years. Honestly, for me, there has not been any looking back since then, and I've thoroughly enjoyed working with the bank in a very challenging work environment, but I would say supportive at the same time. So that's where I am at this point in time.
And sorry, I would say I got inspired from this great journey that you have managed the academics as well, getting the ranks at different levels, managing your CA along with your job, and then up to the ranks of being the tax head. So I am really inspired from this journey actually. And from I just taking cue from your journey, that what I understand that at least 14 plus years we have spent in the consultancy, and then now in 11 plus years in the industry. Do you see a different mindset in terms of how you approach your work when it comes to consultancy and when it comes to industry, or change in mindset?
So I think, Rahul, it's an interesting question, and the way I look at it, in my view, whether the CA professional is working in a consulting or industry, the core knowledge and the subject matter expertise that remains the same within his area of specialization. For example, tax in my case. However, the kind of work which is required to be done, and the skill sets which are required to perform that role, those might be completely different. So I'll give you an example.
Right.
So if I look at big four consulting firms, and that's where I spent most of my career with, a tax professional like me is assigned to a particular field within tax. So be it corporate tax, or a GST, or a personal tax, or a transfer pricing, and that individual is required to excel that in that particular tax vertical, right?
Right.
So he'll get to advise various clients, which may even differ across industry sectors, and on a variety of tax issues. But his core area of specialization that lies within a particular field of taxation. On the other hand, if I come to the industry, a tax professional is required to handle all sorts of tax and regulatory matters which are concerning his organization, rather than a particular tax field, the way I talked about, like a corporate tax or a GST. So he may not get to handle a variety of clients across industry sectors, and therefore the focus of attention is more towards certain specific issues. But I feel what is unique to a tax manager's role working in an industry is requirement to make decisions while working along with the business functions, which enables the organization to flourish. Whereas I'll say in the consulting, the tax professional, I've personally experienced that. He'll provide options to the clients with pros and cons, whereas the responsibility to own the decision for a particular option, that would always rest with the tax manager in an industry. So I think that, to my mind, is the main difference between a tax professional or a CA professional who's working in a consulting business industry.
Yeah, so basically in consulting you are an advisor, but in industry you are an executor. You have to execute.
Exactly. Executor and a decision maker. You need to own that responsibility and accountability for whatever you are doing within your.
Yeah, I totally agree, and I can also vouch on this perspective. Yeah, so
I know you come from consulting side and now in an industry, so you
yes.
can very well appreciate the difference.
Yeah, so on this thing, because I also got some queries from CA professionals that in terms of career growth, I have seen the CA professional asking the query that is it necessary to take a jump from consulting to an industry, or staying in the consulting for a longer period of time and then stepping up the ladder as a partner, or is there any kind of a ready mold, or it's just that whatever area you feel like you can grow, whether it is consultancy or whether in industry?
So I think I would say, see, anyway, I have brought out the key differences of working in a consulting vis-a-vis an industry, and I won't say it is necessary or essential for a CA professional to necessarily shift from consulting profile to industry profile for a career growth. I have known people personally who started their career in either consulting or industry, and they have retired from there, or they are continuing work, right? So I would not say this shift is necessary. I believe it also depends on the preference of the individual, his personal priorities, in light of his background, skill sets, what is it that he likes or dislikes, and which makes him decide whether to continue working where he is, or switch from one to the other. So, for example, I'll share my personal experience. So, when I spent almost 15 years in the consulting world, I realized that I need to experience what it takes to be on the other side of the table, and that's where I decided to move to the industry in 2013. And I can say with confidence that both consulting and industry experiences, they have contributed immensely in shaping my career, and making me what I am today. So I would not want to discount any of those. It's good if somebody can have a mix of both consulting as well as industry experiences. But I've seen people, as I said, they flourish even if they stick to one side of the table.
Got it, sir. Understood. And so another question, given that you must have managed a big team either in consultancy or at NetWest India, so what qualities do you prefer in a CA professional for hiring in your team? Is there any specific things which you can share?
Sure. So I think I would say it depends on the level at which I'm hiring. So if it is a mid-level hiring, I think the past experience of the candidate, of what he has done, where he has worked, his technical knowledge, his skill sets, those I think are the primary factors which become relevant. Besides, I look at my team as part of my family, and that's my working style. So therefore, having the right behavior for that candidate to be able to cohesively work with the team, I think that's very important for me. And for this purpose, qualities like honesty, integrity, his ability to adapt to the team, ability to own up the mistakes. I think these are the ones which I give a lot of importance, which ensures continued sustainability of the candidate within my team. On the contrary, if I look at an entry-level hiring, since the candidate does not have the experience, what I'll be interested in evaluating while hiring is the potential of the candidate to perform, his potential to grow, his confidence levels, his communication skills. So I think those are things. If you have the hunger to grow, if you have that kind of a mindset, I think that's something which will always want me to go for that individual.
Right. So if I assume, sir, that as a CA, there is a presumption that you would know the technical you are the technical expert of that area which for which you are hiring. But beyond technical, you always look for the non-technical attitudes as well, like honesty, integrity, communication, and all that.
Oh, I'll tell you, Rahul, when I joined Arthur Andersen in 2001, one of the things which I learned, and there were specified courses, specialist courses which I was supposed to undergo was on document writing,
Yeah.
emails writing,
Mm.
communication skills, right? So I was required to undergo a full day course on soft skills. So I
Right.
think those are aspects. So technical, yes, absolutely, for any professional that's a given, given the kind of rigorous kind of training program that we all undergo as CAs, the studies that we undergo. But I think it is these kind of things which create a lot of impact and difference, especially in today's times, right? So it is absolutely mandatory that along with the technical skills, these soft skills are something which need to be both by a CA professional. I remember my CA student times. There always used to be a qualitative difference between a CA and an MBA, because we as
Right.
CAs we were not prioritizing these kind of presentation communication skills at that point in time, right? Although the focus has shifted, and the ICI is doing a lot in that direction also now, but at that time there was that was something which was completely lacking.
Great, sir. Thanks for such great insights. Something on personal front, sir. How do you manage your work-life balance?
Work-life balance, I would say it's a tough question,
Yeah.
and I personally feel that it's decided by a number of aspects,
Yeah.
like the organization for which an individual is working, the family background, the stage of the career at which the individual is. So, for instance, during my earlier years of professional career, when I was energetic and I was very young. I remember it was quite regular for me to work like 12 to 14 hours a day. With time, I would say that has changed. So for me, it is very important to manage a healthy work-life balance, which is all about maintaining a harmonious relationship with my between my professional and my personal life, so that I can meet my commitments, be it on the professional side or on the personal side, and take care of my personal well-being as well at the same time. And I'm fortunate that NatWest as an organization, it provides a great supportive environment with an enhanced focus on employees' well-being. So for work-life balance, to the question you asked, Rahul, I follow a daily routine with
Okay.
time allotted for various activities,
Hmm.
both on the personal and the professional end. I look at my work as an integral part of my life rather than as a mere job, and hence I think I tend to enjoy my work, which is keeping going at this point in time and at this age. I won't mind working late at night, or sometimes over the weekend. Uh, at the same time, I always give time to my family, go out for small outings, vacations, practice mindfulness, meditation, consult my coach and mentor regularly for
Great.
dealing with sort of difficult situations. I like watching movies, listen to old Hindi film songs. One thing which I do as a stress buster, and not many people are aware of, is my interest in cooking. So those are things which
Interesting,
I
sir.
which I cooking,
Cooking. Oh, okay. That's a good
entering the
thing to
kitchen,
know.
yeah, entering the kitchen, helping my wife, and trying my hand at cooking sometimes when she's not at home. So I can prepare a meal also.
Good to know, sir. It's a new finding about you.
Thank you very much. Thanks.
And sir, given
Probably
that you
you
yes,
need to come one day to my house, and I'll cook something for you.
absolutely, sir. Pleasure is all mine. And sir, given that you follow such a disciplined pattern, And what is your one mantra for success or growth which you can share with our viewers?
I think it is difficult for me to pinpoint one mantra, but what has helped me in my career journey, I would say, is my aspiration to grow,
Okay.
not getting into my comfort zone. And I would say I'm always looking for newer opportunities which will enable me to experiment and learn new things in life. At the same time, I would say I always tend to remain grounded and approach my work with complete honesty, sincerity, and integrity.
Right.
What has also helped me in my career journey, and I think that's an important aspect I would want to touch upon, is my personal network. So these are various people who I have come across in my life, with whom I have worked with. And they have always supported me during my personal as well as my professional life. So I think grow your network, build your network, lean on to their support, and it always helps. It always pays back.
And be humble.
Be humble, absolutely, absolutely.
Right. So last one thing, any final message to the CA students who have just started their CA journey, maybe appearing in exams or they have joined a job or starting their CA practice? Any final message?
So I think I would finally say there's no shortcut to success. You are the masters of your own destiny. Pursue your passion, actively seek opportunities, build network, develop your skills and knowledge, stay motivated. I think these are some of those tips which we all know. But if you practice this, in my view, sky's the limit, and success will follow you on its own. You remember that dialogue in Amir Khan's movie in Three Idiots?
Yes.
Success jhag maar ke tumhare piche aayegi. So I would say that's what it is all about.
It's like
so all
excellence के पीछे भागो, success झक मार के तुम्हारे पीछे आएगी.
बिल्कुल. I think those are important things.
Thank you so much, sir. This is so insightful. और मुझे ऐसा लगा कि मैंने आज कुछ नया सीखा. And I'll obviously imbibe all these things in my own personal and professional life. And the one thing is always keep learning, keep growing, but be humble. That is my key takeaway.
Definitely, I think that's where I said one has to be grounded. These basic qualities, honesty, integrity, humility, expressing gratitude. I think that's something which I realized, especially during COVID times when we all were confined, and world went through such difficult times. I think if you can help out somebody, please do that. That's very, very important. Thank you so much, sir, for taking your time out and sharing the insights to our viewers. Thank you so much. Thank you, Rahul. Thanks a lot, and keep following up this great initiative. I'm sure you'll make a lot of difference to many people's lives. Thank you. Thank you, Arvind. Thank you. Thank you. Bye.